Hey, so if you're even thinking about buying a home in Florida, you've got to listen up. The entire game has just changed, and honestly, it could save you a ton of money. We're going to demystify something called the Buyer Brokerage Agreement.
Okay, let's just get right to it with a big, juicy question. When you buy a house, who really pays the real estate agents? I mean, for decades, we've all been told the same story, right? But what if I told you that whole story was kind of a myth? And that you, the buyer, have been footing the bill the entire time, maybe without even knowing it?
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. The great seller pays myth. Well, forever, it seems. The line has always been, oh, don't worry, the seller pays for the agents. It sounded great, it was easy to understand, but you know what? It was a little bit of smoke and mirrors, hiding how the money really moved around in a transaction.
And look at this. This lays it all out. On one side, you have the old illusion. Seller pays the commission from their pot of money. But the financial reality, it's totally different. The only money coming to the closing table is your money. Your down payment, your loan, that's it. So those commissions, they were always just baked right into the sales price of the home.
Here's a great way to think about it. It's like going out to eat, and the restaurant automatically adds a 20% tip to your bill. You didn't get to decide if the service was worth that. You didn't negotiate it. It was just there. You were paying it, for sure, but you had absolutely zero say in the matter. That's pretty much what was happening in real estate.
Okay, but here's the good news. That whole system, it just got completely turned upside down. Thanks to a huge industry-shaking legal settlement, we're now in a brand new era. And the name of the game is transparency. It's all about putting the power to negotiate right back where it belongs, with you.
So, how did this all happen so fast? Well, take a look. Before this year, 2024, everything was baked in, like we talked about. Then, bam, this massive settlement with the National Association of Realtors, you'll hear it called NAR, basically tore up the old rulebook. And that brings us to today, a whole new world of open negotiation and, you guessed it, written agreements.
And that leads us to the star of our show today, the Buyer Brokerage Agreement, or BBA for short. Now, I know the word agreement or contract can sound a little intimidating, but please don't let it scare you. It's really just about clarity. It's a simple document that puts everything in black and white, what your agent is going to do for you and how they get paid. No more guessing games, no more surprises.
All right, so if you're going to sign one of these, what exactly is inside? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the key parts.
It's actually pretty straightforward.
Okay, so there are really four main pieces to this puzzle. First is the duration. Pretty simple. You just choose the start and end dates. How long do you want to work together? Then there's exclusivity. This just means for that period of time, you agree to work only with that agent and brokerage. Next, property specs. This is where you define exactly what you're looking for. A 3-bedroom in this neighborhood, that kind of thing. And finally, the protection period. This is usually about 30 days, and it just protects the agent. It means if they show you a house and then your agreement ends and you turn around and buy that exact house a week later, they're still covered for the work they did. Make sense, right?
Now, I want to talk about maybe the single most important number you need to know when it comes to this agreement. And that number is 0. A big, fat 0. Why 0? Because that's how much it costs you to cancel. That's right, this whole thing is designed with flexibility in mind. If things aren't working out, if your life plans change, whatever the reason, you can cancel the agreement. You just give them written notice, there's no penalty, no cancellation fee, nothing. You are always in the driver's seat.
Okay, so let's talk about the money part. How does compensation actually work in this new world? It's a super simple 3-step dance. Step 1, you and your agent talk and you negotiate and agree on their fee right up front. No secrets. Step 2, you look at a property and you see if the seller is offering any credit towards your agent's fee. They might not. And step 3, whatever the seller offers gets applied as a credit to what you owe your agent. So if you agreed to a certain fee and the seller offers a credit, your out-of-pocket cost at closing could go way down. It's all out in the open.
But it's not just about negotiating the fee. This new way of doing things hands you another incredible power. The power to choose the exact level of service and, this is a big one, the level of loyalty you want from your agent.
See, in Florida, you basically get 3 flavors to choose from. At the top, you have single agency. Think of this as the VIP package. Your agent is 100% on your team, owes you total loyalty, what's called a fiduciary duty. Then there's transaction broker. This person is more like a referee, a neutral party just trying to get the deal done for both you and the seller. They have limited duties, but not loyalty. And finally, no brokerage, which is pretty much what it sounds like. They're just helping with paperwork, not representing you at all. The real difference, the thing you need to focus on, is that word loyalty. And now you get to pick.
And here's a really important heads up. You have to make this choice pretty early on in the process. Florida law is very clear on this. If you want that top-tier single agency representation, it has to be put in writing before an agent can even open a door and show you a single property. It's all about making sure everyone knows the rules of the game right from the very beginning. So when you boil it all down, what does this all mean? I think this quote just nails it. This whole shift is about one thing: creating real negotiation and total transparency. It's not about making things more complicated. It's about making them more honest. And finally letting buyers and sellers work things out directly. The power is exactly where it should have been all along.
So, we're going to leave you with this one final thought to chew on. For the first time, maybe ever, home buyers have this incredible amount of control, transparency, and choice. The old, murky way of doing things is officially over. So the only real question left is, now that you have all this power in your hands, what are you going to do with it?
Making it easy, making it fun. Search for your home in the land of the sun. Powered with homes.com, doing it right with Slice of Florida. Dreams ignite. Slice